Hello, how are you all? Today we are going to continue the third part of Nayanmars. திருச்சிற்றம்பலம் தென்னாடுடைய சிவனே போற்றி எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி. நம்பியாண்டார் நம்பி with the help of பொல்லா பிள்ளையார் divided all the manuscripts he received into 11 திருமுறைs. He included himself in the 11th திருமுறை and wrote many books. Most importantly, he composed the poetic work Tirutondar Andadi, praising the glory of the Nayanmars. All this happened during the reign of Rajaraja Chola in the 11th century. Even in the 11th century, we had no printing or paper. Therefore, Nambiyandar Nambi must have written it on the palm leaves. But this time, it was Rajaraja Chola who took initiative to bring out all Devarams and other hymns. Rajarajan was a staunch devotee of Lord Shiva. He had a name called Shivapada Sekaran. The meaning is devotee serving the feet of Lord Shiva. He was the one who built the Tanjore Brihadishwarar temple. So he must have made many copies, must have made to sing them in all temples, and must have provided financial assistance also. For majority of the population, oral tradition was the most widespread and mode of communication and cultural transmission. Communal storytelling, often by elders also, a method of passing our knowledge to the next generations. It was through all these methods and means that the works of Nambiyandar Nambi, who lived in the later part of the century, 10th century, were made available to Shekidar, who lived in the 12th century. Now we need to know about Shekidar and his contribution to the Nayanmars Charitram. Very close to the present Chennai, there is a place called Kundrattur. Those days it was in the Tondai Nadu. We always say Sola Nadu Sor Udaithu, Sera Nadu Tandam Udaithu, Pandiya Nadu Muttudaithu, Tondai Nadu Sandror Udaithu. This is a Tamil proverb. The meaning is the Chera kingdom is abundant in elephants, the Chola kingdom is abundant in rice, the Pandya kingdom is abundant in pearls, and the Tondai kingdom is abundant in scholars. So during the 12th century, Tondai Nadu or Tondai Mandalam was ruled by the Chola dynasty. The king who ruled in that time was Kulothunga II or Anabaya Solan. During Chola dynasty, Tondai Nadu was called as Jayam Konda Sola Mandalam. In that Kundrattur, a son was born to a scholar who was a minister to Anabaya Sola. At birth, the child was named Arulmozhi Devan. He belongs to the farmer family. The family name was Shekidar. He also had a younger brother named Balara Vayan. Both brothers excelled in academics and their family was a very devoted family of Lord Shiva. The king was amazed by Shekidar's education, character and great ability. He had an incident to know about all this. So he made him his prime minister and gave him a title of Uttama Chola Pallavar. He also skillfully guided the king in every day. He had immense devotion to Lord Shiva at Nageshwaram. Therefore, he built a temple, named it Trinageshwaram in his native town of Kundrattur and arranged for daily puja in the best possible manner. Anabaya Sola was very fond of arts and literature. Whenever the king found free time, he used to listen to some literature through learned scholars. Once when Shekidar came to see the king, some scholar was reading the book of Jivaka Chindamani to the king. That book was written by Tiruttakkadevar and the book mainly says Sringara Rasam. As soon as the king saw Shekidar, he called him with great respect and made him sit. Then he spoke of the greatness of Jivaka Chindamani and Shekidar also should listen to it once. But Shekidar refused, saying this would not do any good in this world or the life thereafter. The astonished king asked if literature could guide to the afterlife. Shekidar an educated scholar and ardent devotee of Lord Shiva, explained the king about the literature of Tirutondar Togai of Sundaramurti Nayanar and Tiruvandadi by Nambiyandar Nambi. Even though those books did not contain complete details about the Nayanmars, their names and their fame were mentioned. Sekidar used to recite these verses in his daily puja. Having heard the fame of the Nayanmars, the king was very eager to hear their entire history and made it known to everyone. He was the king, so powerful. The king could do whatever he wanted. So he immediately suggested Sekidar Peruman to do a detailed history of Nayanmars. He relieved Sekidar from his duty, also appointed Sekidar's brother Balara Vayan as his minister. For those who worship Lord Shiva, Chidambaram is the main temple of worship. Sekidar came straight to the Chidambaram temple, and from the temple gate he was chanting Shivanama and went inside the sanctum sanctorum. Sivaperumane, the king has commissioned me to write the story of the Nayanmars in detail. Guide me how to start and proceed. This is not my work. This is what you write from within me. Then the word Ulagellam was heard from the sky. We say in Tamil, Asariri. He began writing his first poem with that as the first word. Since he could not find complete information about the Nayanmars, he went to many places and searched. He searched everywhere to find it, in inscriptions and in folk songs. I think he was the pioneer and inspiration for Huve Saminath Iyer, that is our Tamil Tata, to search in this way. It took exactly a year. The king would ask from time to time if it was finished or not. But after a year, he completed the effort he had undertaken. King Anabaya was very happy to hear this. He immediately sent a letter to the learned scholars and common people, asked them all to assemble in Chidambaram. Sekidar named the book as Siru Tondar Puranam, but now it is known as Periya Puranam, as it tells the story of great devotees. The king and Sekidar placed the great epic at the feet of the god Shiva and then presented in front of everyone. The king, overjoyed, made Sekidar sit on his elephant. He sat behind him and himself fanning Sekidar during the procession around the town. He proclaimed Sirutondar Puranam as the 12th Tirumurai. The king gave him a title as Tondar Seer Paravuvar. Sekidar, Arunmozhi Devan, Uttamar Sola Pallavan, and now Tondar Seer Paravuvar. All these are all original name and the titles. We took 3 weeks to find out where we got the history of the Nayanmars from. Sekidar started the story of Thiru Nyananda Sambandar first. Since I have mentioned the first story would be about Appar, we will look at the story of Appar first. Until then, take care. Tiruchitrambalam, தென்னாட்டுடைய சிவனே போற்றி, எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் இறைவா போற்றி. நன்றி, வணக்கம்.